when you meet somebody in Los Angeles and they come to your house, in the pouring rain, you just become BFFs. You know what I mean?
Almost immediately.
Almost on the spot.
Yeah.
So the fact that Chris Distefano is coming here, yes, he's got his new Hulu comedy special, Chris Distefano. It's just unfortunate to promote. It's available on Hulu, which is available on Roku. But Chris, you came here in the rain, and that's like we should like have a blood bond right now. You know what I mean?
We do.
Okay.
Here's why we do. First of all, we came here in the rain. I came here in the rain.
You did.
We were talking off air.
Yeah.
I felt the vibe in here immediately.
Okay.
Because what we all have in common here, everyone who works for this show.
Yes.
We're all original 13 colonists. We're all New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And what I do
Yes.
is you're not going to get in the way of freedom for me, as
Okay.
our founding fathers didn't let freedom get in the way of them. I
for
said
you.
a little rain's not going to stop me
Not at all.
from getting on this show
Yes.
and talking about what needs to be talked about, is that the British are tyrants. And I'm...
By the way, still a hot take, though.
Still a hot take.
Still a hot take.
You know, every time I see a person walking towards me in a red coat, I punch him in the stomach. And that's how I am. I'm Chrissy Freedom, Chrissy Constitutions. And it's just, no. And, you know, dude, and I got to just be honest with you. This shirt, first of all, this shirt that I'm wearing right now, I had another shirt that I was going to put on, a much nicer shirt, but it had a ketchup stain on it when I took it out this morning, and there's nothing you can do. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come in with my shirt that I bought in Zara at the Staten Island Mall.
Did you really?
Where you're from.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and anyone who's talking crap right now at home saying Chrissy D is wearing a shirt that's inside out, it's designed to look like it's inside out, but it's actually on the right way. So say that to my face, and you'll get punched, especially if you're from London.
Wearing a red coat.
Wear a red coat.
Don't you
I'll pop
dare
you, dude.
approach this man in a red coat.
Don't do
unless
it.
you want what's coming to you for the last 250 years.
That's it. Give me Rich Eisen or give me death.
Yeah. Who knew? This is a very schoolhouse rock, odd schoolhouse rock way of starting this show.
That's how we roll, dude.
This hour.
We're in here.
Is that really from the Staten Island Mall?
Dude, the one
Get
thing
out
I
of here.
won't do on this show is lie to you.
Okay.
This is from the Staten Island Mall. Shout out to Staten Island Mall. Shout out to Verrazano Bridge.
The number. That's right.
How much does it cost to cross that now?
Dude, it costs about $19 to cross that puppy.
The shirt is less expensive.
Seriously, it's so expensive to cross the Verrazano Bridge, or you can just drive with an American flag outside your car. You get in for free. That's the type of people Staten Island are.
That's who we are.
I will tell you. I could tell you what color Staten Island
That's
voted.
so funny, man. This guy.
That's I, baby.
Yeah, no, that's right. I used to have a thick New York accent.
Right.
It's gone now, pretty much. Unless you cut me off in traffic, then
it's
it'll come out.
unfortunate. Why we'd like to get the accent back for you.
You know what? It just sometimes slips back in.
Because now, you've lost your accent so much that now you just sound like a woman from Staten Island.
Janet Rossi in 4F.
Yes, he's lost it.
She's a. Okay, I can't finish.
Don't finish.
Oh yeah, but yeah, dude. But now you're out here. You're living in L.A.
Yes.
And we lost another one. We lost this whole
Another
crew.
one.
We lost you guys. Should be back on Varick Street in the old studio with Artie Lang.
Nice.
And we need you to come back to New York. We need you guys back there.
I can go back.
I want you to come back.
It's like slipping into a old shoe.
At least do a week in New York. What are we out here by LAX? What are we
idea.
doing out here?
That's pretty fun.
So what is just unfortunate? What's so unfortunate, Chris?
Well, to be honest with you, I couldn't think of a title for the special.
Yes.
And I kept watching the special back, and I said, every 5 seconds, it's like I have a tick. I'll do a joke, and I'll go, it's just unfortunate. And I said, I'm going to name it, It's Just Unfortunate. The Hulu people were like, is that really what you want to name it? I said, yeah. And they said, what are you going to do when you go on your press run and you have to have like a story for the title? I said, I'm just going to tell the truth, because that's what the founding fathers did. So I'm just going to tell the truth and tell you.
You can't tell a lie like George Washington.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My daughter named my last special on another network that rhymes with Hetflix.
Yes.
I had another special.
Yes.
And she named that one. She was 7 at the time, and she named it Speshy Weshy. And I was like, all right, I like that. And then when I asked her this time, what do you want to name this special? She said Speshy Weshy 2. And I said, well, we can't think of a better name. And she was like, I can't think of anything. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to call it Just Unfortunate. But it's also, too, like the state of the world, I guess. I don't know. But it's not. Everything's positive. Here's the truth, folks. I'm getting a little sick and tired of people out there online saying that America's not #1 by a landslide. Make absolutely no mistake. This country's #1 by a landslide. And I'm talking to you, Greenland. We'll take you.
I had no idea you'd come in here and smack talk Greenland, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm telling you. And I want to be the first comic to do a show in Greenland.
Okay.
I want to do it because my girl's Puerto Rican. My whole family's Puerto Rican. My wife's Puerto Rican. I love being So for me, it's like that's who I love. I love the people of like anything that's a U.S. territory. I want in.
I see what you're saying.
So Greenland is.
Okay, so I was about to say I don't know how many Puerto Rican individuals are in Greenland.
They're the Puerto Ricans of the Arctic, and we want them.
I had no idea. Okay.
Yep.
You know what I also thought was just unfortunate, Chris, is your take on you can root for both the Mets and the Yankees at the same time. Now that's unfortunate, sir.
Here's the truth, folks.
Did you really mean that when you were on Rogan's podcast? You said that, and I saw that, and I'm like, get out of here.
I did. Well, first of all, when you're on Joe Rogan's podcast, you're on DMT or mushrooms or some type of psych. You don't even know that you're on it. You just walk in and
Noted.
He's got freaking ayahuasca going through the vents. So you say wild stuff there, but here's how I feel. Okay, first of all. Born and raised in New York, all right? In Queens.
Yes, indeed.
My parents were divorced. You could tell by my overall, demeanor. I come from a broken home. And so my dad got thrown out of the house all the way onto Staten Island. My mom hurled him in the divorce. That's how much he lost. Wow. He got thrown onto the island. So we hurled him onto Staten Island, and I stayed in Queens. But my dad's such a great dad. Born and raised in the Bronx, so he was a diehard Yankee fan.
Makes sense.
Of course.
Yes.
Son has to be a Yankee fan, but then my mother's here in Queens being like, but we're from Queens,
yes.
The Mets. So I always had this little civil war going on inside of me. But then I said, you know what, I'm going to be, Yankees were in the 90s. I was a kid, impressionable, winning, Yankees. Then as I get a little older, all my friends are Mets fans growing up in Queens. I'm the only odd guy out. And then what happens is then it gets personal. Okay, here's the thing. You can yell at me out there. Maybe you're honking your horn. You're saying this kid's got an inside-out shirt. He roots for both the Mets and the Yankees. I hate this kid. And here's the difference is with comedy, got to a point where I actually got to meet and become friendly with the family that owns the Mets. They're comedy fans, so they were always in the comedy clubs in New York.
Is this the Wilpons?
The Cohen family. Steve Cohen owns the Mets.
The current owner of the Mets.
The current owner of the Mets. So I started going to games, and they started, I did a comedy show for his birthday party. I bombed in front of the entire Cohen family. But it's another, somebody hit me with a scallop. It's a whole thing. But I bought. When I tell you I bombed in a way like you can't imagine in front of Steve Cohen and his family at his family birthday party, but it was one of those bombs that it was so bad that we all just started laughing about what a mistake it was to have a comedian. And then I guess it just ingratiated me with them. And now we're like friends. And so
that's how bad you bombed that it worked.
Sometimes it did a reverse. It got so bad that it actually turned out good. And so he actually told me, he said, I will give you money right now to stop. He's like, what did my wife book you for? I told him the number. He goes, I'll double it right now if you stop right now. And I said, done.
That's how he signed Juan Soto, too.
Yeah. Oh, well, so this is the thing, though, too. And here's the thing. Here's what I was getting to. The Yankees, right? I'm a New York guy. I'm always about New York first.
Yes.
Okay? I'm New York first. I don't subscribe. I don't like, the Cowboys or the Red Sox. Fine. But I'm New York first always. And
right.
I'm really about wherever you're from, that you should be a fan of that team. Like my father's not going to trust you if you're from Boston, but you're like, I like the Yankees. He's going to be like, you're a traitor.
Yes.
I want you nowhere near me.
Correct.
So for me, though, it got personal because the Mets took me in, ingratiated me, all that. And then I start going to Mets games, and the people at the Yankees start telling me I can't do both.
That's correct.
But here's the thing.
No, Chris, that is correct. Let me just interject here because your story, first of all, it tugged at my heartstrings to start.
I'm here to tug you, Rich.
Thank you. About your broken home. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And that the person I see sitting here in an inside-out looking shirt, bought from the Zara on the Staten Island
with
Mall,
cargo pants.
That you have emotional scars.
I do.
Okay, and I understand that, which makes sense that you would have some sort of a delusional sense that you can choose between neither the Mets and the Yankees when it's all said and done, that you root for New York, like, you know, you're handing out pamphlets outside of Empire State Building, you know, and all that sort of stuff. Hey, go ride the ferry.
Right.
You know, go see the Statue of Liberty. You're Mr. New York.
Right.
You have to choose between one or two. I'm sorry,
But the thing is,
and I understand that you're friends with Steve Cohen. By the way, that would make me a Mets fan on the spot.
Right.
He's a very rich man. He's very influential.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right away, if you were friends with them, and then the Yankees start, like, you know, kind of treating me like a second-class citizen, then it becomes personal. And here's the other thing that happened. You ready for this?
Sure.
I go on the field, right, with the Mets, owner, family. They bring me on the Yankees, Mets, right? Me in Yankee Stadium. I'm a guest of the Mets. Beautiful thing on the field. Love it. I'm with my stepson, big baseball fan. We're having a good time.
Yes.
My stepson goes and tries to, you know, put his hands on the dirt. Right? Hand in the dirt. Nice. Right? The Yankees security sprints over and starts screaming at my stepson, like in his face, to the point where I was like, you're this close to getting a freaking 1-2. You can't talk to him like that.
How old is he?
13.
Okay.
And, you know, I said, you can't, like, he was screaming at him. And then the Cohen family, who I was with, were like, hey, you know, it's okay. Like, we're the owner's family in the Mets. And then the security guard starts yelling at them. And I said, what the hell? So the Cohen family then, because, you know, my stepson was upset, they gave him a jar of dirt from Citi Field. And they said, this is for you. So I said, so now it's personal.
At this.
So now it's personal. And then I got to be honest with you.
This.
And this is just, I don't have any proof of this, but do you know in the rumors when Juan Soto signed with the Mets over the Yankees, and there was a rumor over there that said there was a security guard that disrespected. Yeah. I guarantee you, if it was this guy, the way that this guy got in our face, I was like, bro, you are close right now. I mean, you're so. I might backhand you. Like,
well, I think
the red jacket would have been over, right, Chris?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, red jacket.
I think you learned the hard way.
Right.
The only 13-year-old who's allowed to touch the Yankee Stadium mound dirt is Danny Almonte when he was really 16.
wow. That's it. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's the only 13-year-old.
Or Jeffrey Marr when he's reaching over and stealing a home run.
Damn
That's
straight.
right. Yeah.
Damn straight. Don't forget. You forget yourself.
Yes.
With all due respect to your stepson.
Right.
But, you know, you could see the Met fan in the corner.
I
over
actually
there.
can't see him because he's in the worst place when you could possibly be in the studio.
I know, but there's T.J. Jefferson,
Yeah, there it
our
is.
resident Met fan.
See, TJ, right?
He accuses me of being a spurned lover.
Spurn lover.
Because
Chris,
I'm a
I've never
diehard.
seen a man so mad about a comment. Like,
Well, the comment,
Spurned.
the comment I had that Juan Soto said that
Okay.
infuriated me
Okay.
is that he signs with the Mets.
Right.
Okay, and I understand he might have been disrespected by this, you know, clearly angry individual.
I don't know what this
potentially.
guy's problem
okay,
was,
well,
yeah.
exactly. That he said that it's a Mets town. New York is a Mets town. And
Okay.
now,
I mean,
come on now.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, Chris.
It's not. It's not a Mets town. But I still do love the Mets. But I'm going to be completely honest with you here, folks. It is. I mean, it is the opposite of a Mets town. It is 100% a Yankees town.
Correct.
But that's okay. But so that's wild to say. But I still, if I was him and this security guard disrespected. If the way they talk to my stepson, they talk to his family, I'm not signing with this team.
Yep.
So I respect it. But yes, Juan Soto, it is not a Mets town.
Exactly. Exactly.
But Chris, you can understand why he said it, right?
Then he shows up like this.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at me. I'm the biggest Met ever.
Right.
You know, and I'm in a Mets town.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't, and it's wild because Juan Soto is absolutely ripped, but he just looks like he has the body of my dad in this picture.
We have no idea what happened. I think Bleacher Report. Do we have the other one too, Mike Hoskins?
Yeah.
Where he's looking for it because we noticed the original photograph.
Yeah.
Somebody made the belly look bigger.
Yeah.
Right, that's Mets fans. Or
You know,
Yankees
or
fans, maybe.
Yankees fans, yeah.
trying to.
Because
Yeah.
I'll show you you're a Mets town, you fatty. You know
Exactly,
what I mean? Like, that's
fatty.
the sort of.
Here's what I will say though. This for me only applies to baseball.
Yes.
I am a New York Giants football fan. I
Okay.
don't hate the Jets, but I don't go hard for.
That's understandable.
Right.
That's different.
And here's what I'll say.
Knicks,
I'm a
Nets,
diehard
different.
New York. No, well, here's the thing. New York Knicks. I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan, and I got to be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
If you are the Brooklyn Nets, okay, if you're from New Jersey, you're exempt, fine. But if you're an adult that's a Brooklyn Nets fan, I need you to stay away from me and my family. There's something a little weird about you. Brooklyn Nets fans are either for people who know nothing about sports, okay, people who are a little weird and creepy, or children. If you're an adult and you're sitting here looking at me saying, I root for the Brooklyn Nets, I'm going to say, I'm going to call the FBI. There's something I don't like about you, or you know absolutely zero about sports.
You're right.
The Brooklyn Nets, I don't know why they're there. It's like either stay in New Jersey or just merge and become the Knicks. Just be the Nets Knicks. Nobody cares about them at all. I mean, I get offered Brooklyn Nets tickets all the time. Why would I go?
You don't even know who's on the team.
No, dude, you go to the Knicks games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know who's on the team. Even when Durant was on the team, it didn't make a difference at all in our city. We were like, okay, the Knicks are not playing well. That's all we care about. We don't care that Durant's on the Nets. If he was on the Knicks, we would have stopped traffic.
Yeah, go watch Cam Thomas play and stop by the Erewhon on the way home.
Dude, it's like, stop it.
In a very nice section of Brooklyn.
That's it, dude. So, but I love my Knicks.
They're playing really well.
I mean, come on, dude.
Karl Anthony Towns,
the best,
has been phenomenal. Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite Knicks of all time,
dude. And he's.
I'm with you.
This team is. I mean, I know the '90s were the '90s, that Knicks team, but I personally think I know. I was listening to sports this morning, and they were saying that the Knicks can't come close to the Celtics or the Cavs, and I was like, I think actually they can.
Let's see.
I really do think they can.
Let's play it out, man.
Yeah.
Let's hope everybody's healthy and OG Anunoby comes back from
100%.
whatever's ailing him right now, and the All-Star break can fix it all up, and let's go.
Yeah. OG's got the best legs in the business. Go look at OG's calves.
What do you mean?
His when you see him up close, his legs he's like Saquon Barkley.
Are you going to Madison Square Garden calf hunting, or what?
Yes, dude. I am. I'm a calf hunter. That's my category.
Maybe that should have been the name of your special.
Is it too late to change it?
Oh, calf hunter would be amazing.
Calf hunter.
Amazing
Chris
name
Distefano.
for a step.
Calf hunter.
That's awesome.
He's just going to Madison Square Garden, peeping OG's calves.
Yeah,
Chris, you turned into Johnny Drama looking at Lamar Odom's calves from Entourage.
Yes, dude, that's what I do. That's really what I do. I mean, honestly, I saw the Knicks-Lakers a couple of weeks ago, and I just couldn't stop looking at LeBron's waist to shoulder ratio. I was like, this guy's put together. This guy, LeBron, he's in shape. The kid looks good.
Yeah, he's not a kid.
He's a mate, jacked. No, he is. The thing is, you know how it is. If you remember from New York, you get called a kid till you're in your late 90s. Everyone's just a kid.
True.
So, but LeBron, it was amazing to watch him. I mean, I've never seen a guy that put together. Perfect human being.
And then the opposite of that, I think we did find the Juan Soto photographs. That was from BR, from Bleacher Report walk-off.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is, and then the original. Look, see, less, and then somebody went Bartolo Colon, and then
So
Soto.
good.
I mean, rule number one is you don't throw a baseball jersey over a turtleneck. You know, we learned that day one.
Give me a break.
What are you doing, dude?
Certainly not in New York, where it's a friggin' Mets town.
Yeah.
Get out of here with this
Dude,
nonsense.
I can't. Yeah,
I can't have it.
You can't come to the press conference dressed like a psychiatrist. The turtleneck on.
Steve?
My head's too big.
Right now?
Physically dumb head.
You're talking right now? No,
Talking to my head.
It's the
Think
shirt.
I look good?
It's the shirt.
It is. Shout out to Staten Island Expressway.
Ladies and gentlemen. That's my life. That's what I grew up. But when I went to the Staten Island Mall, the garbage dump was still open across the street.
Yeah.
Are you guys aware the world's largest garbage dump?
It's on Staten Island. I am aware of that.
It's now since closed.
Oh.
They since closed it, and they're now like sodding over the trash heaps. It's going to be a great ski resort in like 2035.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, you would go to the mall, and you would see the seagulls over the horizon picking at the trash, which if it was blowing, which it always was from New Jersey, it would stink. It was the worst.
It was the worst.
But I would grow up, and I would still go to the mall because my grades were excellent. I got free video game plays, in the mall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the Staten Island garbage dump was notorious. That's where the Mafia would dump their bodies. That was the spot. And when they started cleaning it up, they had to stop. It took them, because they made it like a park now a little bit. It's a little, but they had to stop like every 6 months. And the progress, they had to keep delaying the opening because they would have to stop because they found like bones. And then you have to call the FBI. It's a whole process. Same thing when they built MetLife Stadium. That took so much longer because that was where the mob used to dump the bodies.
Dude.
So they had to stop every 10 feet. They're stopping.
I emceed the ground turning, moment in the new MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. We're in the parking lot, the old Giants Stadium. Okay. And I was there, and the governors of New York and New Jersey were there. The owners of the Jets and Giants were there. The commissioner of the NFL was there. They asked me to MC the moment where we're going to just stick a shovel in the ground and turn it. And I said that we are here to break new ground, and we'll see if we find Jimmy Hoffa here today.
Yeah.
And nobody laughed.
Right.
Honestly, however you bombed at Steve Cohen's birthday party, I bombed worse at that moment.
Right.
The only problem for me is it wasn't so bad that it became good.
Right.
It was bad.
It was just bad. But
I couldn't resist.
Right.
How could I resist?
How can you resist? You got to say it. And then they looked at the shovel, and there was part of a skull in the dirt. And they were like, oh, actually, we have to call the police.
Wait a minute. Chris Distefano is just unfortunate at Chris D Comedy. Check it out on Hulu, which is available on Roku. Jimmy Kimmel produced it. And ChrisDcomedy.com for your tour dates. Valentine's Day night in San Francisco. You're heading there now.
We're all sold out, baby, in San Fran. But if you want to come by, you can stand outside.
On the 20s. And then great invitation.
There it is.
That sounds so inviting.
Happy Valentine's Day. Stand outside.
That sounds so inviting. And then on February 26th, New York, a city so nice, they named it twice. Tampa and Orlando in the middle of March. And congrats on everything, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Come on back.
Appreciate it, my friends.
Come on back.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Distefano here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.